Fidelity's spot Bitcoin ETF ticker trolls the mainstream media. We have a graph that will break the internet showing all of Hunter Biden's wonderful, wonderful past. And we're going to be taking a deep dive into some very degenerate picks and some major movers that we've called from some time ago that are on their way up. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're going to screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400 to 600,000. The
you think it's so
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
What's up, everybody? How have you doing? How have you been? Taco, I lament the times that we spend apart. I say, only every Friday am I
count the
graced.
days until Friday comes so I could sit in this couch with you guys.
It's really true. It's really true. Kelly, thanks for joining me.
Me and Taco here are just trying to get casted.
Yep,
and if
just-
Owen is out of line, it's dead. No.
Yeah. You got to turn it on and off again. They thought it was the safety on me, but you know, Hannah, how have you been? Are you excited it's Friday?
I am. Good
Yeah.
vibes today. TGIF, green charts. Crypto's fun.
Crypto is fun. Owen was seeming a little bit excited.
Owen is up.
He is well
Owen
up.
is up.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying. Me and Owen, we slammed
She ain't lying.
a Wendy's cheeseburger. I was talking about that Wendy's cheeseburger we slammed, and then we hammered into Avalanche at $10 a token. So it's been going pretty darn good, you guys. Now, I want to send a shout out to Deezy. He is getting a little bit of surgery today. This is on his Twitter profile. I'm going to shut up so we can listen to what he's got to say. This is live. We're finding this out just as you.
I might be going under for a cataract surgery, everybody, but I want you to know I'm focused on this Cardano price. I'm going to be more focused in the future. And my words might start slurring a little bit more in the next post. I might be going under for a cataract surgery, everybody, but I want you to know.
Dude, he is lit in there.
A real one.
Oh my god,
I love it.
Even under cataract surgery, he's probably just sitting there like trying to see the graph on Cardano. It's like, what? Like,
Telling the
Worried about
surgeon,
Cardano.
Cardano's up 25% today.
hold on. Let me just look at the graph one more time. Shout out to DZ, man. One of the hardest working people I've ever came across in my entire life.
He does hustle.
He's
Here
got a
early,
hustle.
stays late, always writing scripts,
man.
filming content.
He's
Good on
it.
the spot.
He is,
A
you
witty
know,
fellow.
absolute G, holding it down. Discover Crypto going great. We had some great numbers on our morning live stream. It's just so validating to see just focus on crypto news and, bettering ourselves, making a financial future for our loved ones that's going to be beneficial rather than drama. Take the limelight once again as people see the massive influx of interest coming back into Bitcoin in general. It's on the flow back up. We had some slightly exciting things happen on the Bitcoin side. Fidelity Spot Bitcoin ETF has been listed on the DTCC website under the ticker FBTC. So we have that going as well as Elizabeth Warren. I want to listen to her because we all know I don't like this woman, but
She doesn't like herself.
she doesn't like herself. But the fact that she's spinning this narrative is what counts. Let's check it out. Oh my God. What is this?
That's how much Twitter
is
doesn't
this?
even like her.
I have too many tabs up. She died. Hold on. She died on me. Look at
Rug.
Well, I'll
She
sum
really
it up.
rugged me.
Old woman yells at Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically trying to say that North Korea is using Bitcoin to fund half of its nuclear weapons program. They're trying to spin crypto into funding entire nation states and their nuclear arsenal at this point. Like, how idiotic does it have to be? You know,
I mean, how do we fund our nuclear
right.
arsenal here? U.S. dollars.
Oh God! I mean, and that's a whole. Let's get into that. We had this come out from the SEC. Taco brought my attention to it. Investments in crypto assets can be exponentially risky and often volatile. Oh, dearie my, that sounds so scary. Well, here's what is volatile. is fiat going to zero? Here's an example of Argentinian peso, which is in process of hyperinflating, getting destroyed against the valuation of Bitcoin.
But real quick before you go on, that tweet from the SEC investor, I think -US.
Yeah.
The last time they had a type of like alert caution was when the futures Bitcoin got approved.
Really?
So it's kind of like foreshadowing what could be. They're like kind of preparing people for the big bad Bitcoin ETF and making people scared of it.
That's a great note to make. That's absolutely
it's the same thing I was talking about yesterday on BitLab regarding Jamie Dimon. With all this, we have the DOJ leveraging those fines against Binance and potentially putting CZ in jail, right?
Yeah.
And then right after that, Jamie Dimon comes on, who JP Morgan has been buying Bitcoin, one of the largest purchasers of Bitcoin in Europe. Yes, that's true. While they're saying Bitcoin's bad, not even acknowledging that they have over $2 trillion in the last 20 years of money in traditional banks being banked, like $500 billion by JP Morgan themselves, of known to be illegitimate, basically illegal gotten gains, money laundering, illicit activities. But Bitcoin's bad. I feel like they're trying to stack that narrative, just like you said, Taco, so they can try to slow down that floodgate of capital that's going to be pouring into Bitcoin when this does open.
And that's why I shared that Argentinian graph, because the more that people and that's Argentina just elected Javier Milei, extremely libertarian, very polarizing president that looks to actually dismantle the central bank because of this situation. You have the previous all-time high in Bitcoin to Argentinian peso measured here. This is in comparison to their fiat buying power. And since the last bull market, even in our bear market here in the United States dollar comparison, this thing is mooning. And this is the talking point that the people that control the top of society do not want this information to be shown to the masses, because then they get to see, wait, there is an escape hatch, right? There is a way to actually hold one Bitcoin and you can buy it in your fiat currency that is provably crumbling around you. Wait, 4 years, and your buying power is exponentially stronger in that alternative asset class.
And
that's
you know what?
Flat out reason.
That chart right there, some people always talk about gains. We want gains, because we're living in us in the Western world. We're living in a society where we have the privilege to think about us gaining, basically having gains in an asset, investing and having it grow. People in places like Bolivia and Argentina and Turkey, they're more concerned with how can I save my capital from not being devalued. So when you see that 12,000% gain.
Thank you very much.
No, the point being is with the Argentinian peso, those people, if the people that move their capital into Bitcoin, rather than thinking of it as they have 12,000% gains, they prevented themselves from having 12,000% loss in the capital that they had.
Absolutely, man. That's just a big thing. What you got, Taco?
I was going to say, can you try playing that Elizabeth Warren clip again? Because I have a comment on that. And she also got community noted. So I'll go into it if it plays.
God bless.
Jamie Dimon got community noted too. Did you see that? I shared it on my Twitter. They community noted a post that had the clip of him talking about how Bitcoin was used for illegal act, and it community noted with the fact showing that of the trillions of transactions in Bitcoin, less than 1% have been identified as illicit activity, whereas between 2 and 5% of money that's banked with traditional institutions and basically fiat currency is identified as illicit activity. So
we showed it.
That's pretty ridiculous.
There's the automatic. There's the automatic. Manowalk's a G. Here's
I
the
guess
video.
you don't even have to play it.
I got the video if you want to watch it. I think it's working now. Let's pull it up.
And then I'll make this comment.
Let's do it.
I'm so curious what was going through your mind when you heard Jamie Dimon's response.
Look, when Jamie Dimon and I are in exactly the same place, it's because we have a serious problem in this country. And that is a part of the financial system is being used by terrorists, by drug traffickers, by rogue nations in order to launder money, move money through the system and finance their illegal activities. But keep in mind on this one, it wasn't just Jamie Dimon. We had a long, long table with the CEOs of all of the largest banks in this country.
Shut up.
And when I asked the question, should the rules that apply to their banks, and by the way, also apply to stockbrokers and gold traders and credit card companies and credit unions and all the other financial transactors, should those same rules
We're gonna get displaced.
deal with
Hold on. Turn my mic on. Transactors. What do you mean transactors? It's okay to transact, woman. You don't get to control transactions. Like the way that she inflects and the usage and the timing of the word infers that it's a bad thing to transact. Go on. Let's go.
Trafficking and terrorism financing and rogue nation financing. Should the same rules be put in place? Every single one of them said, absolutely. So what this tells me is it's time for Congress to
Shut up. You know what the biggest difference she just does not understand is? I can see the mechanisms that are in place for fiat currency, especially cash, and how even like I used to be a teller at a bank when I first got out of the military, and if you ever had any sort of cash
I got a membership in the poll.
You gotta turn it on and off. It's like safety.
Blood.
Hey, Blood, what's up? Crypto Blood.
Shout out, Crypto Blood.
Shout out.
No, but the fact that they need mechanisms because there's no transparency to a list of transactions. With Bitcoin, it's a blockchain. First, understand what the hell you're talking about, Elizabeth Warren, before you speak. You're speaking out of turn because you know not which of what you speak. Blockchain provides an opportunity to see on a ledger of every transaction that's ever happened. So even if it is illicitly done, it's going to be printed in the chain. I'd rather have things done in that manner to where you can actually track those things around rather than, and like you said, Drew, you got to stop trying to put your foot on every single action somebody does with their money. It's their damn money. If you're worried about illicit transactions, start looking at the big banks that are banking over $2 trillion in money laundered gains.
And Hunter Biden. Here we go.
Wait.
Hold on.
Before Hunter Biden.
Oh my God, he turned my transition into Hunter Biden.
Pretty much exactly what Kelly said here. The bank was sanctioned for failing to apply the proper anti-laundering structures to the transfer of over $378 billion. So that's about half of Bitcoin's market cap.
Yeah.
That they're just laundering out in the open. And
I know. The worst part is seeing Hunter Biden hooking up with hookers in front of God and country and no one doing a thing about it. But here we
selling
go.
Paintings for $250,000.
He's a scab. But Hunter Biden has been indicted by a federal grand jury on 9 counts, including multiple felonies. Let's dig in a little further.
Oh, wait, whoa.
Hunter Biden spent millions of dollars on an extravagant lifestyle. At the same time, he chose not to pay his taxes. The defendant spent money on drugs, escorts, and girlfriends. This is getting very close to home here as I read on to his misgivings. Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
A lot.
Right? Sure does. Luxury hotels, rental properties, exotic cars, clothing, in short, everything but his taxes. Fantastic. Absolutely great work, Hunter. And now, this is Hunter Biden's hooker payments charted. You will see. Hunter Biden, I'll back up a little bit.
$383,000.
That's where his bull run was.
That must,
you know what I mean?
guy must be eating a lot of pineapple.
Yeah, he was having to go here. You can see the steady increase, and then the Burisma payments get thicker, and the Ukrainian ties really get entrenched into American politics. And so we get to know that he spent around, maybe just shy of $500,000 on payments to various women with our wonderful tax-paying dollars and bribes that he received from foreign entities. So, that's a thing. I'm glad to see it come. I know that it's an old subject, but the fact that he was still gallivanting around on the White House patio during the 4th of July celebration, probably snorting something is what it looked like. That was a very, very heartbreaking time for me as a hyper aggressively patriotic American to see this charade be danced upon one of the most illustrious and powerful positions in our country, if not the top position in our country outside of the corporate controllers like Larry Fink. It was absolutely a disgusting time frame. So I do hope that we can get some justice out of that. The best situation would be a Trump election and Hunter dealing with the DOJ under a Trump presidency. That would be juicy. I would like to see that. You just oohed that. Yeah. See? That's where we can get things really rolling for humanity. But, it takes a lot of work to get that
Can we speculate on if anything will even happen or if he'll just get like a slap on the wrist?
Yeah. I mean, I think that he's going to have to. I mean, there's so much evidence. I can't imagine he's going to get off scot-free. What do you think? Are they going to let him loose before Biden's out?
I don't know. He's in the inner circle.
He is.
He's been doing this stuff for years and he's been untouched. So I wouldn't expect anything.
Remember, they found the bag of drugs in the White House, in the library, one of the most secure locations in the White House.
Right next to the Situation Room, right?
Right.
Where it's just like the most heavily surveilled area in the White House.
Exactly.
No one saw a thing.
Yes. How could anything not be on camera in that?
Everything is. Yeah. Everything is.
Is this a real story?
Selective. It's
covered up.
It's a selective delete button, just like Jamie Dimon's 45 million emails.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton's emails.
Hunter Armstrong. Blood. You got
Man,
me.
Hunter Armstrong is going to jail. That's a funny comment.
Oh my God, Blood got me with that one. All right, let's talk about why banks suck, why I'm here, why we do crypto every day. Emergency loans from the Fed's BTFP facility rose by $9 billion this week. Total of $121 billion in outstanding loans to banks that are going to probably cave under their own weight in the next few months, especially in March, but I'll talk about that in a minute. BTFP is set to expire in exactly 3 months. Odds are, given how reliant small banks' cash reserves are on it at this point, this gets made into a permanent facility, which is where the major problem becomes. This will permanently, for most banks, eliminate the left tail risk of a fire sale in U.S. Treasury markets because, basically we see outflows in Chinese stocks and bonds this year. So this is going into the whole kind of insulation of nation states and what their investments are. They're not looking so far across seas for the time being, given the macro situation and the conflict that is still on the horizon in Taiwan. Now, you also see a home buyer decline. They need to spend a record 41% of their earnings on housing costs. The demand for housing is crumbling. So if the banks that are relying on those BTFP loans are not able to reignite the interest in the commercial and residential real estate markets, then those securities, those mortgage-backed securities, will drag them underwater. That's why I'm showing you all of this. It's a big situation. You know what I mean? On top of that, we have the hedge funds continuing to short U.S. treasuries at large at historical levels. Asset managers are near an all-time high long position. This is an absolute making for disaster. Now, how long it will take to get this disaster is where I feel like I differ with a lot of people. I think that it's going to take right around until 2026, end of 2025 for things to really unravel. You're going to have a new president that will do some short-term stopgaps, basically holding off the cataclysm.
And by the way, whoever the president is, especially if it's not Biden, they're going to blame it on the president that's in office, not realizing, everybody always does this, not realizing it's all the legislation, the poor character and this lack of knowledge our Congress and the presidents have currently right now in office. Mm-hmm. That's where we're going to see this actually play out in about 2 to 3 years.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly with that. There's a few things of confluence that I'm using in that thesis as well. If you look at the comparison to the inflation crisis of the 70s to the 80s, there is a 2 to 3 year blip between the time frame where they had to finally jackknife the interest rates up to the 12% level, thus creating 18% mortgage interest rates. It was a very tight situation, but you had much, much cheaper houses at the time. So the pain that will be felt from this same process this time around will literally put people out on the streets. It's coming. It's not good. Here's your emergency BTFP loans graph, just to show you what I'm talking about. The thing about this that I want to make most note of is it began right at March 10th. And if you go to Bitcoin's price chart, because I compare Bitcoin directly to the banking industry's health. And right here, this little dippity dip, look at that. March 11th. Isn't that interesting? So on March 11th, Bitcoin is trading at $20,000. It's now sitting at $43,800. And that is the fire under the ass of these gigantic hedge funds to shift gears, get these Bitcoin spot ETFs in place because they are already bleeding at a level that will be fatal if they don't do some kind of hyper aggressive investments that are not ESG based, because ESG initiatives have been crushing them. They're not profitable, and it's what's been sold to these market makers for years. And now the chickens have come home to roost, and they're realizing some big changes have to come. So yeah, that's all going on. I was able to blast through quite a bit of macro news there. This is just a comparison on your 401k balance if it was essentially unchanged. And this is the reality. This is our 401ks. If you would invest $106,000 in 2018, that is worth $107,000 5 years later. So congratulations on absolutely getting crushed by inflation. And in return, you just get to be a nice little person.
Yeah, because even though that's a tiny tick up, the buying power of that is down about 15 or 18%.
Oh my God, they printed 80% of dollars in between then. You know, like if you really I feel like the dollar is worth half of what it was pre-flu season before the big print, and seeing those macro things, those signs of sickness coming once again and really starting to pick up velocity. The fix is going to be a similar or more drastic print. And I've been saying it for a long time, even before the Fed started admitting it, that they're going to start cutting in May, and June we go to the moon of 2024. Because risk assets are going to smell the weakness in the blood in the water of these banks. Their investors are going to be looking for those more aggressive investment vehicles. Here's just before we go into too degenity mode, how far are we along? We're perfect. We're about halfway through the show. I had to get all my macro stuff out of the way because I got to pay attention to it every day. But now we saw the Bitcoin pump. Then yesterday we saw Ethereum really outshining. Then today, what did we see? We saw Cardano with like a 20% day. Even Constellation DAG, a project that I've been talking about for a very, very long time, spiked by like 20%, 22%. It's showing good signs of life. But I want to take a check out of this graph just to help us, reassess and get a good grasp on where to expect money to flow post pump. So BTC dominance has crossed 50%. The markets in total have crossed $1.6 trillion, and liquidity is on the way back to its yearly highs. ETH to Bitcoin pair is trying to break out from its low spot it hit. So now I like this graph just because it keeps it nice and simple. We got the money flow going in at the beginning portion of these big upswings in the market down to Ethereum, which is what we, in my opinion, really witnessed yesterday. Now the large caps, you could argue that's potentially right today or yesterday and tomorrow. And then, alt season, this can be a microcosm. Like when I see big pumps in Bitcoin, last cycle, it seemed like it was a laddered, flow down to the lower alt market cap projects. And they would, the ones that really captured a lot of attention on those trickles of money were the ones like Polygon that really captured the show when the real bull market began. So just want to keep that in mind. I'm going to be looking. So we have this Jito thing, Solana, Jito, airdrop. Taco, what is going on in the Solana meme ecosystem? Can you tell me what is going on here? This kid's like not too short, made over $200,000 with a Jito airdrop. I will like this so we can, go to our likes on Drew Crypto to find this. But have you interacted with like Bonk or any of these two new kind of Solana meme coin things?
So I've always been interested in these other blockchains where gas fees won't destroy you. So Solana is definitely one of them. I came across this video the other day. It had like 200,000 views. Now it's up to over 500,000. So yeah, this kid's 17 years old, and he goes through like the steps to pretty much be eligible to receive these different airdrops on these platforms. I sent the links to Drew. So I think the first one is Marinade Finance or Marinade.
Okay.
So what he's doing is he's depositing Solana into the Marinade Finance, and he's getting I think it's M. Actually, I wrote it down for you guys.
Yeah, send it to the or send it to me here because I have Nick's profile up right now on this computer.
I don't know if I just kind of like put this in my notes. All right, so he's staking Solana to get M Sol on Marinade. He's then lending the MSOL on the Marinade platform, and he's using the MSOL that he lent out as collateral to borrow BSOL. So you'll be getting points from both sides from lending and borrowing. So if you lend, you get 1 point. If you borrow, you get 4 points. So then he's going to Camino, where you're generating the most yield, and he's going to the BSOL/Sol pool, and he's getting the APY back there.
Do you have to shake twice at that point?
This is not just like your mom and pop staking on like Cardano. You just delegate it.
That's a daisy chain if I ever knew one.
This is a lot of hoops to jump through, but this is what you got to do if you want to be early in these ecosystems for these potential airdrops.
Right.
I mean, the JTO coin that he just showed there, he people were just able to stake 1 Solana for 1 day before like the snapshot was taken, and they got like $1,000 to $5,000. This gentleman made $200K. A bunch of people are posting their pretty much their token value.
Well, in the time frame, it didn't lock you up for long. That was exciting to hear about it.
Yeah, you didn't have to lock it up. I think like people that locked it up earlier, like for a longer period of time, and with more Solana, they got more of an airdrop. But yeah, this is like a very degenerate, like you kind of have to have a brain on your shoulders to keep track of all this and to make sure that you're not going to suffer impermanent losses. But what I just described, like you're lending out SOL to get MSOL, which is like a 1-to-1 to Solana.
Right.
The BSOL pool with Solana is also 1-to-1. So the chance of liquidation is like 1%. But when you get into the other pools with higher APY, that's where you can get liquidated. So you really gotta just keep a track of all of these like plays you're making and the path that you're taking. So eventually you can pretty much get it out. You have to go through the phases to get your Solana out. Okay. But doing this, you're lending to the network, you're borrowing it back, and then you're re-staking it in a pool. So you're getting APY here, you're getting APY here, you're getting points from the platform for a potential airdrop.
This sounds like to me, the same way the traditional banking system works, which is why they make so much money. They take your money, lend your money to somebody else, lock your money up for periods of time, which is why it takes, 4 days, 8 days, 9 days to send money between accounts or between countries, because they're putting your money in liquidity pools and using your money to earn interest and also lend to make money on that interest and then borrow. It's just a shell game. So there is something to it for sure.
When you were talking about Marinade, there was a few comments in the chat, ticker MNDE. I just looked at the chart. I sent it in the Slack.
Oh, okay. You sent to Basement Slack?
Mm-hmm. So Juicy has been holding it. R.A. Daniel has been holding Marinade.
Oh, nice.
And it pumped.
Look at this. 20 cents up to 49 cents on the weekly.
Damn.
That's a good You think that has something to do with that post?
That probably.
The 500,000 views?
I mean, so this is how X works or Twitter. One person makes a post like this, and then all these influencers, they kind of just grab it, take it as their own, and then make their own content with it. So then it just goes from A to B to B to C. It's like a Merkle tree.
A Merkle tree. Isn't that like the proof of reserves that they tried to?
Yeah.
You know what we need to make? We need to make a proof of content.
A proof of content?
That's
us. We out here, baby, every day.
That's kind of what Portal Coin is doing. Proof of content. You have to post about it on X.
You're doing Portal content. She posts the Portal stuff all the time.
Yeah, well, they're very interesting. They're like marketing team and the way that they're going about everything. Taco said it was genius marketing, and I kind of agree. A lot of people think it's like really annoying because it's flooding the timeline because people are just posting.
The timeline's flooded with ridiculousness anyways.
Always. Literally, it's always shit. If it's something you don't want to see, just scroll past it. But yeah, I was participating, and it was interesting because like based on your following and your engagement, you got like a
shards.
Yeah, you got a benefit, like your
multiplier.
A multiplier. Every point that you earned was multiplied by a certain amount. So I had like a 45 multiplier. So everything like engagement point that I earned for Portal was multiplied by 45, and I actually got some shards.
Okay.
I only did it for a week, but anyways, they had this whole thing where you were farming on Twitter. You had to tag Portal to earn shards, and there's going to be an airdrop, but they keep updating the chapters, so it's a new way to farm it. So now it's different.
Mr. Tech No Good, he says Kelly's bored with 10x gains.
Now, you know what it is? I'm not bored with anything, and 10x gain, even 5x gains are great. What it is for you, that you all see us here on these streams, it's all well and good, but I'll tell you what, all of us, each one of us, we're waking up 5 a.m., 6 a.m. every single day, doing content all day long, on camera, off camera, writing. It's never, by the end of the week, I feel like my dad when I was a kid. I'm like, why is this old man taking a nap? Oh, now I'm like, you know what? Nap sounds pretty damn good right about now.
I got vegan. Do you think it's still good to sell some of your XRP? Yes. XRP, I think
the great PSYOP.
I don't know. I mean, like, I still have some in case I'm completely wrong. I have like a few thousand, but I wanted to get into more aggressive, things. I've been holding it for so long, and it just can't. Honestly, is it really going to be telegraphed to the mass if the financial institution at a whole is going to be replaced by a crypto project? Will they be advertising that in any regard? Right? Like, something about that kind of rubbed me wrong over the last few years. I'm getting a little more aggressive. I hold DAG. I got DAG at like 3 cents. This is the chart on it on the year. It really hasn't woken up too much out of its yearly moves, but over the last 7 days, it has gained about 62%. So it's awake. There is a good reason for this. Basically, just the latest update. Beyond, if you caught the morning stream, we had Nate with Caspa on explaining why DAGs are useful in general. It's because they scale in transactions as needed, right? And it takes away those pathways if they're not necessary. So, and beyond that, there's other things. I'll get into a few things I want to like DAG. This is a very, very interesting project for many reasons. So this is the latest that's going on with them. They are working with the Blockchain Academy, with Microsoft, IBM, and Constellation. They're basically putting together educational platforms for Web 2 type enterprises to plug in Web 3 systems. It plays into the whole reason why I like Chainlink. I know we were talking about tokenomics and all that other good stuff with Chainlink this morning, but something that is in the back of my mind is I keep looking at all of these just amazing layer ones in Web3, like Polkadot and all, you got parachains and all kinds of really cool things being developed on layer ones, Web3, but they feel like you're building a Ferrari on a dirt road. It feels like you're putting together a Ferrari or a, $1 million vehicle to go drive down a dirt road. The dirt road is the communication pathway. This is the pathway where basically information can be shared at a scalable level to the necessary realms that it will have to be at to integrate Web3 systems at large anyways. So it's a rough hillbilly kind of metaphor, but it's like, it's like trying to drive a Ferrari down a dirt road. You need to pave the road first with fast and accurate data communication systems. That's why I like Chainlink. That's why I like Constellation DAG. But then beyond that, and the overall design of what a directed acyclic graph is, a DAG, then you go to the website and, here's where you guys can kind of explore DAG and figure out what it's all about. But they have been working on a project Iron Spider for a few years now with the U.S. government. And yes, there are, it's a hypergraph, direct acyclic graph type system, but this is what really gets me excited is they actually have real recommendations from the Department of Defense here on their website. You can go through all their different partnerships. You have the U.S. Air Force here with their recommendation letter for the data technology being worked on in Iron Spider. And beyond that, you have ISAC, Space Communications Boards, and just a lot of large institutions, AWS obviously. But they're just they're shooting for something real big. And I think that when the bull market does come, all this information is going to be realized by people that are new to crypto. And that type of stuff, for me, I like to see fundamentals being applied, or at least a very specific use case being applied, even in a pilot program with real institutions that exist right now. That's a real institution. We all know the DoD is a real institution. We all know that the Air Force is a real institution. So,
hey, I'm retired from the Air Force.
What's that? Are you retired from the Air Force?
I'm retired from the Air Force. That's
absolutely, right. Man. really like beyond all the, military application of real-time conversation that's encrypted between drone systems and F-35s, which I think will come into play. That's not really going to drive the tokenomics by any means, but it's going to drive the use case of it, and therefore the visibility of it, and therefore the market cap. Like it's really a $70 million market cap ain't nothing for this project. It breached 5.5 cents just now, still sitting at a
What would be your
million.
conservative estimate near market top 2025?
Man, conservative estimate on this one, $1 billion.
So that's about what, 12x from here?
I think that's a conservative estimate. Let's look. Let's see what that would do, because I feel like that's a very conservative estimate, but it's got a pretty reasonable inflation rate. It would only cook up to about $3 billion by mid 2025, mind you. So we'll go down to $1 billion. Yeah, that'd be at 40 cents, so 600% from here. Logically, with the way that the markets are actually going, 10 billion is not out of scope for this thing, and that would make it $3.55 from 5 cents. These are the types of plays that I'm making now, because and this is part of my portfolio that's really that 1%, 1 or 2%. It's not a huge chunk. And I see all of these awesome things happen on Solana, which I'm really happy to see. But, I was very insulated into Bitcoin and basically just hammered everything into Chainlink. I wouldn't have been able to do that on a comfortability level, even with a project as solidified with this kind of background as DAG. I would want something more entrenched into the future. Chainlink is that. I don't bet against Chainlink by any means not making the top 10 in the next bull market. So yeah, there's some good potential with DAG, especially because we're in a relatively boring time frame for the markets anyways. Bring back that hopium from Tim this morning. Tim, he's talking, and again, that Tim and me, we're acknowledging the potential for something beyond these estimates if we do get that spot Bitcoin ETF. But I just like to set reasonable expectations. Last market, we didn't have the spot ETF rolled out. There was a lot of whispers and rumors. Never happened. And we still saw projects absolutely come out from nowhere. Like Solana was like 2 cents or something like that. And then, what happened to Solana? It was $200 some odd by the time the bull market really kicked in. Did you guys mess with Blast at all? Anyone mess with Blast?
That's the Blur L2 with the 600 million lock liquidity until it opens.
Yeah, and they burnt 100,000 of the tokens.
Someone was trying to bridge over and they had their slippage set too high, so I think they dipped into their own treasury to pay them back,
a collateral.
Okay,
like a cross collateral kind of thing.
I think they were trying to bridge over USDC. And they lost 100K in the transaction.
Ooh.
But I saw someone else post about it. They have been radio silent. So people are like, oh, they just took 600 mil and then they set off into the sunset. Yeah. Never to launch the L2 next year. I don't know about all that, but my thought about it is, okay, they're using Lido, which is weird. They should have just opened their own pool.
It's just like
with
they're
that
just
much
using
money.
something else that's already built.
Okay, so yeah, you could do that already.
Right.
And then the APY is the same. And then they're offering stablecoin APY, which is around 4.5%. And me and Owen were just talking before the stream, on Coinbase, you can get 5.5%.
Right.
So it's you can go through all those steps in maybe hopes of getting an airdrop, or you can get those gains somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the team is anonymous, I still think. So there's kind of some red flags, but they are associated with Blur, and Blur's backed by Paradigm.
Well, they sent a tweet looking for a lead dev, and then they haven't said anything.
That's not good.
They haven't said anything. That was a week ago.
They didn't even have a test net, so it's just very weird. And
it seemed like an in club that cool kids were invited to get wrecked in. That's what it felt like.
I think even Paradigm came out with a statement saying they had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, they we partnered with Paradigm. Paradigm was like, no, we're not. I don't know what you're talking about.
The impressive thing is how much TVL is already in there after less than a month.
And Faden Tradfi says, if this is the boring time, I'm effing ready for the craziness. Yeah, man. I mean, this isn't nothing compared to when we really took off last market. Like what we've experienced right now is basically just good signs of life. And, you know, when we see these huge pumps on different projects that we've been watching, we feel good about. That's how I'm treating them right now. It means that there's someone there tending it. There's a business dev team out there. There's community. There's buying pressure on it. The lights are on. And so, you know, when I see something like what happened to Caspa, tells me the lights are on. I am watching. I think someone in the chat said that they're waiting C90. Yeah, waiting for more Caspa on a good pullback. Me as well. You know, maybe we don't get it. You know, and then I'm already positioned in Constellation DAG, which is in my opinion, already a much more integrated DAG protocol. You know, Ghost DAG is, you know, something additional, a little bit of extra that Caspa has to offer. Proof of work version of it. Constellation DAG is like the proof of stake version of it. So, you know, you have that. What you got, Tom?
And real quick, if you are interested in something like Blur and their blend and their blast, there's also Tensor, which is a Solana marketplace that is doing, I believe, an airdrop in the future. So maybe check out Tensor.
Tensor?
I think I sent you the link.
Oh, the problem is you sent them on my personal. We still got Nick logged in here.
All right, wait, is it? So what should I send it to?
Send it to the basement Slack.
Okay.
That's where I'll catch everything. We also had this from Chainlink because, you know, I'm a hyper GigaChad Chainlink bull. Over 11 million Link was staked in half an hour as Chainlink staking V0.2 went live. Just for early access, but a good flow into Chainlink staking. I do actually think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Seemingly this guy, he broke his rule. Now he's taking 64% of his Link. I kind of like the...
Isn't this just for like early people and it's not even open to public yet? And it's
yeah, this is it was like invite only and it looks like it's rolling out, but I think that everyone's going to be able to stake if you have. I think the minimum went down to one Chainlink.
I think I also saw they're upping this to 75,000 Link.
Are they upping it to 75,000 Link?
I could be wrong. That could have just been a rumor, or my eyes could have been.
Yeah, you might be messing with my heart right there. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like staking anyway. Everyone's like, "Why not stake on this?" I know you're sitting
support the network.
You know, hey, I'm having steak for dinner.
I am great. I'm supporting the network by making it finite. That's how I'm supporting the network.
I think my favorite staking is Cardano, Mina, and
Cardano's a good one to stake on.
Hedera.
Yeah, you can stake straight on your wallet.
Solana is pretty.
Is it
okay?
I'm staking Cardano and Coinbase wallet.
Yeah,
but I never opted in. I've talked about this before. It just somehow is being staked. But
and if I were you, I would get yourself a Nami wallet and transfer that Cardano to the Nami wallet, and then delegate it there, and you'll get more APY.
And it's safe.
It is. It's your own keys.
Yeah, you're staking from your own wallet.
So you're not putting it into somebody else's control. It's still your custody. But
you still get the whole value, and Coinbase isn't going to take 1% or 2%.
Casper woke up too. Staking is awesome. I had someone in the chat bring up AIOZ. I just wanted to look at it. It's Friday, guys. I'm getting frisky here. Let's see. Let's see here. Not sparking joy. Not sparking joy here, guys. Look at the market cap. Look at the market cap. This is the flash view. This is a great example of flash view. Look at this. Get my face out of the way. Look at this. So this tells me there is a shit ton of these things being printed, and it has achieved a much higher market cap with lower price velocity. As far as being, it sounded like the person that asked about this was in at like 1 cent. So they have just an absolutely awesome entry point on this. Let's see here. Yeah, even lower than that. I mean, that's a great move. You pretty much timed this as perfectly as you possibly could. If you got this at 1 cent, that's where tokenomics don't really matter because you savaged in at the perfect time. It pretty much looks like here.
Do you know what another chart that reminds me of this? What's that? Jewel.
Jewel?
Hey, I remember those things.
DeFi Kingdoms.
Shekel?
Jewel.
All right, let's see here.
Jewel.
Let's see here. What do we got here, Talk? Are you in on this thing?
No, but I like George from Cryptos R Us has been showing it.
Oh my God! Move Taco's face out of the way.
8 million up to 36
That's
million.
insanity.
Goodness.
Holy
Oh,
shit. The
no.
candle goes off
Oh
of the
my
chart.
God, you guys. It's so easy to see what's going to rug you. It's so easy. Look at this. That is insane.
You said George R. Cryptos R.
Yeah.
George.
What? He's been chilling
He
this?
shilled
Was it
bonk
like
this
part of his
morning
like DJ
too.
portfolio or something?
Did
or-
he shill it or was he just talking
He
about
just
it?
said, I just bought bonk.
He was
Well,
talking
that's not
about
really-
DeFi Kingdom like last bull market. So he's I think been playing the game or
Yeah, he's been in and out of it. And is it really shilling if you're just saying, hey, I bought something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Is
he has
that-
a big audience.
I know you have a big audience, but you're also expected to be transparent as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
I feel like I'd stay transparent. Like I have to come up with updates every time I shift stuff around. I don't think I can hold that against him.
I don't think that's
I don't
bad.
think
I don't care either way.
No.
I'm just saying.
I think I'm almost too
Bonk.
transparent. When I find something that I find interesting, I want to tell everyone.
He hates marinade. Apparently, he got his face melted off last night. Man, I wonder what happened.
What do you do?
I don't know.
Short it or
Maybe find
something?
Oh yeah, check out what Pudgy Penguins did. This is just the bane of my existence.
Oh wait, before you bring it up.
What?
Is it with Unstoppable Domains?
It's the floor price taco.
Oh well, they also did something cool with Unstoppable
I know.
Domains.
Tell him.
And they're also releasing their game.
Tell 'em,
Fucking
Taco.
Door and their video game opens tomorrow. We were looking at it. They've been building this online game for a minute.
Is that
since
where
May.
you can doesn't it look like Grand Theft Auto, but you're a penguin?
Yeah,
Is that real?
It's an open world and you're a penguin.
You can literally.
Yeah,
Really?
you can log in now. Your kids, it's gonna be a game like Webkins. Like if you guys know Webkins, I played that shit. I was addicted. And
Never
Club
heard of it.
Penguin. Club Penguin when I was a kid.
Club
That's
Penguin?
money. My parents' money went to those games, but they're building that, and it opens tomorrow. Like you can actually play. So it's just more Pudgy Penguin news like coming out.
Some people are saying he was paid for that. Oh man, I hope not. Paid promotions for tokens. That's a rough.
Yeah, getting
sticky
paid to
thing.
promote bonk is not a good look for George.
Yeah, I like working
Was it
on.
Jewel or was it Bonk?
This is a real world asset right there, folks. You know what I mean? Code Shredfest.
Buy
Oh,
him.
but the Unstoppable Domain thing, I think if you have a Pudgy, you get like $200 to buy like domains
Yeah,
and you can use them.
yeah. You get some
Just
credit.
like ENS names.
Right. We effed up not buying Pudgy Penguins. We effed up. We knew this was coming. We knew this was coming.
4
Look
or
at her.
5 ETH is a lot though. And that's when we were talking about them.
I know, but like,
There's little Pudgy.
I just can't bring myself to spend that money on a. I don't know. I'm not
On a
an
Pudgy
NFT person. Yeah,
they have a little igloo on their helmet, Kelly.
great.
It talks to my soul, the big igloo. Don't you know, man?
They're just so
I feel the
chill.
same way about Pokemon cards. I feel the same way about.
Hey, I'm gonna open some just because you said
Hey,
that.
you all. Everybody can like what they want, but it's just that was never my thing.
I mean, like, if
Let's see
you
if I
already
can-
have
Now,
that
if they
much
made some
ETH,
Pogs, we want to throw it back a little
Oh,
further.
okay, yeah,
They
like
make some
anyone
Pog
cares about
NFTs,
Pogs.
drop a slammer.
No
what?
one cares about Pogs anymore.
I know.
Dude, that's such a throwback. I used to have Pogs when I was a kid.
Do you remember the slammers? You got the scratch and sniff ones. And
Oh my
yeah.
god! I used to tear it up in the schoolyard with those things. Let's see what I got here. Speaking of real world assets and NFTs, let's see if I can get. God, thank God BJ's not here to yell at me over this. I got a bunch of garbage. We got Dunsparce. What is this? Can you zoom in on me? No, you don't have to. Don't move. Don't get up, Owen. Okay. Let's see here. Mabo Stiff. Look at this guy. You might need to zoom in on this one. Look at this one. Mabo Stiff. This is one. It kind of looks like my Doge.
You say Mavo Stiff?
Yeah, Mabo Stiff. There you go. Look at him. Let's see. Just do a little autofocus.
It's like
Other way.
focusing on your mic. There you go.
There we go. Mabo Stiff. They're kind
Oh,
of
the stiff has some comeuppance
Yeah.
energy. That's hey.
Oh man, Quaxley. Here we go. What did we get? Not a very great one. What is this? Low kicks. They're making these cards. They're running out of names. I feel like so. That's what I just pulled. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Hook me up with some Pokemon card packs to open up on stage here and see if I can get lucky live.
CCC.
You know who I miss?
Who's that?
I miss seeing Joel.
Joel.
Shout
I
out
know.
Joel if you're watching. We love you.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit you up this weekend. Maybe.
Yeah? Man.
All right, what did Pudgies do, Drew?
All right. So Pudgy Penguins are basically coming up on a floor price of about 10 ETH. This is absolutely not okay. Let's go on OpenSea though and see where they're sitting right now.
That's a
I'm
car.
going to speculate and say they're 11.2.
That's
don't you oh my gosh!
Brother.
That's a car.
That's a very
That's a Honda
nice
Civic.
car. Motherfucker.
What?
I don't know how familiar the chat is with Fidenzas, but they're a very popular art NFT, and they're like collectibles essentially. So a whale sold 3 of them. He just dumped them into, I think, offers, and then he swept the Pudgy Penguin floor.
Really?
So if that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what does.
Literally, bro. There's only, here's the thing about Pudgy Penguins, all right? There's only 8,888 big ones. There's 8,888 big penguins.
Whoa.
There's going to be a lot more people in the world that want one than that in a few years. They're going to be worth so much.
These guns are so fun. I can't get over this. Hannah, you're talked me into Pudgy Penguins already. We effed up. That's the moral of the story. That's what I'm upset about now.
I gave you that opportunity. Blur added
I know you did.
the little Pudgies to their blend.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So you can pretty much buy now, pay later. They're around like 8.8. Now they're at over 1 ETH.
Yeah, so scared of that. Justin, you know who did it? Justin got a Pudgy when I told him to. So there you go, Justin.
He's
You're up.
doing
You're
well.
up.
Look at Avalanche, Owen. Owen, pull up my screen. Owen, we're going out to the steakhouse tonight, bud. Look at this. This is happening right now. We're about to hit 30. We had a $30 Avalanche incoming thumbnail like yesterday or the day before. Here it is. We're about to hit it here. My God. Kelly, does $30 Avalanche mean anything to you as far as gateways to the nether realm?
Look at where your mouse is right now. Scroll up to that peak. That's a little bit of a to the right.
This little touch right here?
Little peak right
This
there.
little- this little guy?
That's a little bit of a gateway breaking out of that long consolidation. It felt when you were in it, it felt like it was moving a lot. But looking at this, it really was just forming a long base there, chopping people out. The last bit of weak hands and clearing that level technically just shows that is technically kicking some ass. So if you bought Avalanche low, you're a winner. But it doesn't mean that you're out of opportunity. It just means you got to wait for the price to set up a new opportunity on a pullback. Remember, rise, retrace, continuation. Watch for that retrace.
And this is the level. Move our faces out of the way here, Owen. This is the level that made me feel so damn good about slamming into it at $10. Is this previous dip down to last market? That was my level where I was like, this is the effing line in the sand for Avalanche on this. And really, that's kind of played out here, you guys. That's pretty crazy to see. These are some juicy, warm, holiday, fuzzy feelings I'm getting right now about my Avalanche bag. Maybe I should be buying more Christmas gifts. I don't know.
When did Owen, when did you buy? Like
we did it. We went hammer it in. What was that
$10.40.
Yeah. $10.40. We slammed. I had a Baconator. And he had
what were you wearing?
Oh God. I was probably wearing something pretty similar. You know what I mean? I was probably wearing something pretty similar, but there we go. That's absolute movement. And that was no like small little degen small allocation, man. We went ham on that one. So good to see. Other stuff, let's check out here. You got this post, some reply guy here, Kenny Mayhair. On Solana, he's going in on Corn and then Myro, whatever that is, and then buying Link and Tia. And man, I effed up on Tia. The same thing. This is like, what really kind of made me red-eyed against trying to live and die off tokenomics. Like I can do the flash view for sure. We'll do the flash view just for good measure here. Not too bad so far, right? There's all kinds of tokenomics worry about this thing and its giant dump in October of next year at frickin' $2.30.
But watch. Put your mouse up at the peak right there above the 19th. Go over to the left. See the 19 on the bottom?
Right here?
Yeah. Now put your on the peak. That's where we're looking for a great opportunity. Is price coming somewhere between the $7 to $8 range?
Okay.
To look for good pullback into setting up for another push.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. We're getting some live targets here from Kelly. I like this. I'm forcing your hand into it. I doesn't love
my Tia, but I love my dog.
I love Mattia.
Speaking of dog, Crypto
what's up?
Journey has been on the dog bandwagon. Maybe go to Dex Tools. Wonder what it's at right now.
Okay, we're going to Dex Tools. We're going, you guys. There's no stopping this. Here's meme coin. It's gonna land us on meme coin.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about meme coin. I think I was calling it at like literally the lowest point.
Jesus, yeah, you were on the show.
Also,
you were on the show doing that.
And also, if you got into their fire sale, I think it was like 0.17 ETH. You could have walked away with like 5 ETH.
Oh my!
In an airdrop of meme coin.
Oh my lordy. Okay.
Opportunities everywhere.
Ooh, here's Dog. Let's see what Dog's doing. Ooh, fun. I'm like a squirrel. Let's see here.
Oh, squirrel.
Oh gosh, it all zoomed in on me. I hate Macs so much. I absolutely, and I hate trackpads.
Can you like?
Hold on, Taco. Okay, my hands are cut up from life of heavy metal music and liquor. Let's see here. Yeah. So this is Dog. I don't know whatever this project is. I think Rodney has been talking about this one.
That's what I was saying.
He's got the dog in him. I've seen him posting about this. What's the $9 million market cap? Decent dex score. No sell or buy tax. That's good. Okay. It looks like good old clean wholesome meme fun. Not bad. Have at it.
Looks like it's in process of trying to do a breakout too.
Yeah. Let's see what Trump coin's doing because I always got to check. And this one is going to, I won it for $10 million. We're getting pretty close to my preferred entry point on this bad boy. So Trump coin, I think, is going to go nuts when the elections kick off. And as you can see, it's already had a real good time so far. This is the time frame of the indictments. Absolutely hammered. But I am wanting this thing to find.
That's funny. A coin that's going to track what's going on with Trump. You'll
dude,
see it in the speculation.
Totally. It does. It does 100%.
I didn't even think of that.
That's narrative investing, right? Like you're going with the ebb and flow of what you know the mainstream media cannot not talk about, right? They have to smear him. They have to come after him. They have to use his name thousands of times. And in doing so, they're going to incidentally move the price of this coin. That's just my assertion of it. So right now, I'm looking for a $10 million market cap entry point. That'll be somewhere around this nice little shelf that it initially created before true blast off time. Kind of fun. Okay. We're getting some good entry points here.
All right, now go to Tap Tools. Let's look at Cardano ecosystem.
Oh my God, we're going.
Snack.
Dude, we have some snack drinks still around here somewhere. I can't remember.
It's actually pretty good.
Dude, I felt like I was gonna have a heart attack.
Snack.
Let's see here.
It's pretty good.
I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. I would be happy in my casket. Look at this thing waking up. Move our faces out of the way, Owen. We got to get the full screen on this. So this is the initial pump. Huge candle if you back up farther. But this is going to be one of BJ's biggest winners, probably. I think so. BJ's been in on Snake for quite some time. I probably, I'm going to wait and be a little bit more greedy with my entry point on this one. But it is one that I'm watching. I like meme coins. And when the fun in the market comes back, liquidity goes from Bitcoin to Ethereum to L1s, like Avalanche is just about to cross $30 right now. Then we're going to go into, L2s or smaller market caps. And then it flows all the way down to meme coins and coins that literally mean nothing. And this one at least has a drink. You know what I mean? And it's a
strong community.
And they had the don't tread on snake flag. I like that flag.
And it's literally the only meme coin on Cardano that I could think of. Actually, Hosky, that's another one.
Hosky's another one. That's right.
You got Bonk on Solana, you got like Pepe, Doge, and Shib on ETH.
Yeah.
And then you got Snick.
There's some Pepe
Cardano.
on Solana too that I need to get. Don't do that. It's too early for that. Too early for that.
Owen was aiming at my eyeball.
Oh man, we're running over time, but basically, the secret government crypto is no longer secret. Constellation Dad, go check out their website and get all your recommendations from the DoD and the Air Force right there. ConstellationNetwork.io/federal. Have fun with it. You're in early, guys. We're in good timing. So just be focused, be patient, be stubborn. Make sure that you get good entry points on projects, even if they're amazing. And we'll be catching you tomorrow on, actually Monday. All right.
Full screen.
See you guys.